All right, first up, playing Marlin, returning as Marlin, Mr. Albert Brooks. Voicing Nemo, Hayden Rowlands. Playing Charlie, Eugene Levy. As Destiny, Caitlin Olsen. And Destiny's pal Bailey, played by Ty Burrell.
There's no suspense to the introductions. You can just see them right there.
This man only has 2 arms, not 7, in the movie he does. Hank, Ed O'Neill. And last but certainly not least, oh, I think I'm forgetting her name for some, I'm sorry. Playing Dory, Ellen DeGeneres. The cast of Finding Dory, ladies and gentlemen.
Ed, big fan. I want to ask you, Ed, why do you think Hank doesn't like living in the ocean? Because I've been to Cleveland and it's just okay.
Did he say you live in Cleveland? What did he say?
He's been to Cleveland, yeah.
Oh, you've been to Cleveland. Well, there's a nice Lake Erie there, right? I don't know why he doesn't. Well, he had a bad experience in the ocean. Or was it open ocean?
In the ocean.
In the ocean, he had a bad experience. We're guessing that he had something bit off one of his tentacles in the ocean. That's all I can do for you.
But I wanted to know how you tapped into your inner fish.
I lost 75 pounds for this role.
I gained about 41,000 pounds.
Yeah, it's funny. I actually kind of overthought preparing for this a little bit. Like I came in with a voice because he sort of the character looked sort of congested to me, and so I kind of came over like a whale with a cold. And Andrew very, very, very politely was like, "That's great. Now let's do the whole film in your voice."
I kept Hayden in a small tank for 6 months.
But Hayden, let's ask you too. I mean, this is you taking over Nemo. This is a classic character. You know, were you a Finding Nemo fan? Did you watch Finding Nemo and then audition for this? How did you land this role?
I was a big Finding Nemo fan even before Finding Dory came out, and even before I knew that I was going to be in Finding Dory. So I just really loved the role of Nemo, and I never thought that I would be able to actually play him. But I was sort of a little bit nervous at first because he's already a character, and I was taking over this character that everybody loves, and I wanted to do Nemo justice.
And you did. And it shows when you love a character that much, it just comes out. How do you kind of pick up this role all these years later? And then this is also for Ellen too. Is that difficult to do, to kind of just find these characters again?
You create a character, and as long as your voice is the same and your health is the same, you're back into it. It really, it happens so quickly, it's sort of scary. It's like in 30 seconds, no time has passed.
I was at D23 where you showed a clip of you, like an unofficial campaign to do a sequel. Like, why does every other Pixar film get a sequel? And then when we talked with Andrew, he said, oh, it came as a surprise. Even the name of the movie of Finding Dory was a surprise for Ellen. Why was that?
Exactly. Why was that? That's a good question. It just seemed like it was obvious. I mean, the film was an iconic film. It won an Academy Award. It was great. I was a small part of it. I wasn't campaigning to have a sequel for Dory. I was just campaigning for a sequel to a great movie. And then when it didn't happen for the first, 5 or 6 years, I decided to just make a joke of it. It just seemed like it was never going to happen, so I would just continue to joke about it. And then the joke became a reality, and then it became about Dory's journey.
I wonder which qualities did you give to Dory, and which ones would you like to have from her?
Which traits?
That she has and you would like to have?
I would love to have every trait of Dory's. I try to have as many traits as she has, as far as optimism and perseverance and non-judgment and not having any resentment or holding on to anger or she doesn't feel like a victim. She's really, I think that's why she's such a lovable character that Andrew created, because she really is, she just thinks everything is possible. And she never for a second thinks that anything's wrong with anybody else or herself, or she just keeps swimming. And I think